Desi. Desi is here. Desi, can I hand over to Desi, please? Can I have a big round of applause, please, for Desi?
Hello everyone. Can I hear the word? Can I hear the word? Marvelous. One more time. Can I hear the word? I am not here for one day and you guys are all like this. One more time. Can I hear the word? Marvelous. Okay, people, so we're going to do Ignite. In this part, they promise I don't have to talk as much, so they still don't have to pay me, apparently. So Ignite, you all know how Ignite goes. It's 15 slides. One slide is 15 seconds each. There will be 20 people presenting. Round of applause, please, for those 20 very lucky people with a chance. So here's how it goes. I am going to test your memory. So I will not be calling out people just to make it fast. So I will announce the order now, and you all have to memorize. If any of you got it wrong, then we know probably you shouldn't be here because of lack of memory. So please pay attention to the order I'm about to say, okay? So the first up is Chris. That's you, Chris. Chris, can you please come here? Oh, so Himanshu is my show director. Not paying, but being my show director, apparently. So Chris, stand here. See you, Chris. Everybody, Chris is single and available. Yes. Chris is in room number. This is a free country. We have lots of drinks. Anything can happen. Huh? Ask for what? Esquire man. Chris is an Esquire man. What year? What year? What do you mean you don't know? 2000 something lah ya? 97? No, Chris is not that old. He looks so young. And then the second is Daniel. Daniel Ziv. Daniel. Here. So I think, do they have to stand here? No. Just Chris. Chris, you still stand here. Why are you leaving? No leaving until, you're not shy, I know. So, and then Dian Gemiano, Ella Weston, Eva Sari, Fiona, Fitriani, Indra Agustian pribadi, dari Ciamis, mana Indra? Oh ya. Kirti Miming. Oh nomornya. You need the numbers? Why? Oh you want to write it down? Not enough memory space? Okay, before and after. Okay, I'll say it again. First is Chris. Second is Daniel Ziv. Third is Dian Gemiano. 4, Ella Weston. Right, 4. 5, Eva Sari. 6, Fiona. 7, Fitriani. 8, Indra. 9, Kitty Mimi. 10, Ken Mendel. 11, Pungkas. 12, Sachin Gopalan. 13, Claudia, you're getting the numbers all wrong here. 13, Sean Paul Singh. Where was I? Not enough memory. 14 is Buswida. 15 is Angra. 16 is Vidya Chandra. 17 is Claudia to the front stage, please, Claudia. So blame the handwriting, people. Again, no proper cue card. Jadi mana sih? Oh, so 17 is Vidya Chandra. Iya benar ya. Claudia says 17. So 18 is Raja. 19 is Kevin. And 20 will be yours truly, as in me. Okay, so can we start? Yes? Is the slides ready? Ready? Is the wobble ready? No? Slide is not ready. But is the wobble ready? I don't care about the slides, I just care about the wobble. We love wobble. Where is the wobble guy? Where's my wobble guy? Hello, wobble. Wobble, are you not presenting about wobble? Oh, you're not presenting about wobble. Claudia, I'm running out of wobble to say here. So are we up? Are we okay? Not yet. So more wobble coming. Does everybody still have their alcohol ban? I love this one. Alcohol pass? You have the alcohol. No alcohol pass. There is an alcohol pass. Wow. So I think after this we will have tonight's all dance and drinking, right? When? Wendy? Yes? Dancing and drinking, and because we're all... Apa? Oh, and Midnight Cooking Madness. Who else is cooking? Who is cooking? Fritzy is cooking. Yes, everybody is cooking. Not everybody. Is this going to be a prize for the Midnight Cooking Madness? So is it going to be a vote? or by a clapometer like yesterday? Oh, there'll be a judge. So ready? Okay. Chris. 15 seconds per slide, and the slide will change automatically. Yeah, are you ready, Esquire man? Once again, Chris is single and available.
Okay, I'm Chris. Okay, I'd like to talk about traveling solo. People say it's alone, but actually it's never get too lonely because you can meet up with a lot of people. And first thing about solo traveling is always about fear. My first trip is actually to Flores by bus all the way from Jakarta to Flores. And I missed by a few hours passing the Imam Bonjol Street. And then I already knows it when I arrived Bali that there was a riot on the spot. And my second one, the one I really missed, is the tsunami. I missed by one day. I'm supposed to go there on the 26th, and 27th. It happened on the 26th. But then I moved to another beach, which is called Koh Tao. And 2 years later, I went to Phuket. And then that 2 years later, I missed the bombing in Bangkok. That was during the New Year Eve. So actually, traveling is not so bad. You just overcome your fear. If shit going to happen, it happens. If no, you're lucky. And I meet a lot of nice people. I don't know them. I share the boat with them. I interact with kids. Hottest stuff during the Christmas party. We are dancing with karaoke, and that is in Myanmar. Somebody gave me the seat to sleep on during the nap. Beautiful scenery, very close to Jakarta, Pelabuhan Ratu, Rinjani, Lake Toba. Those are all the places you can see. So it's good on picture, but it's better if you actually go out there and see it yourself. Local custom, old ladies giving arms. You can see cockfight in Semarang. I found it when I was walking around the old town of Semarang, walking and sleeping on the park also in the afternoon nap. And I don't know what kind of religion's that, but they are praying. It's pretty fun. This is a nice place in Bagan, Myanmar. A lot of temples. When I arrived, it's all so fun. But by the time I reached, like, I don't know, the number of 20 or whatever, and then it's like, okay, I have enough of temples ruins. And then this is my last year-end trip. I call it a no idea. I simply just look for a cheap ticket, which is to Cebu in Philippines. I crossed to the small island using the overcrowded fisherman boat. It's like a refugee. Interesting things, capsule hotel in Tokyo, Japan. And in Myanmar, lousy bus, but they have a TV for advertisement. And of course, that is the one I found in the Pelabuhan Ratu. I don't know whether you understand that words or not. And all I can say is go out there, see the rainbows. If you cannot reach the top of the mountain, at least you are on the top of the rock and traveling actually rocks. Yeah. This is Nepal. I went to Annapurna trekking. And of course, well, all of us in Yogyakarta, please do explore Yogyakarta. It's a very lovely place in Indonesia. It's as good as Bali. So go out there, a lot of clubs, a lot of beautiful places. Have fun.
Good evening. Well, I'm going to talk to you tonight about a very strange media experiment that I foolishly embarked upon in 1999, soon after I moved to Jakarta. It's called Stream. It's not. And it's something I started up despite having no experience at all in magazine journalism. I had a completely different background. I had no clue at all what I was doing. But I decided it was such an interesting and special time in Indonesian history. It was such an amazing juncture. As you all know, a huge economic crisis hit the region. Suharto resigned after 32 years of dictatorship. And this amazing political and social space opened up. People mattered for the first time in Indonesia. There was crazy freedom of press for the first time. And the city just came alive. It was just this incredibly chaotic, beautiful, cultural, artistic, colorful place. And I couldn't believe no one was covering it. Nobody was documenting it in a journalistic sense as an urban space. So I had two main missions. One was to create a fun publication that really captures and helps define even this new Jakarta. And secondly, to challenge urban Indonesians to think about lifestyle rather than just blindly buying into it. So we created Jakarta Magazine with a bunch of young friends. And I had two guiding principles. One was that this new freedom of press must be tested, and we had to be therefore outspoken and critical. And secondly, I wanted to address the reality of the social gaps of the city instead of pretending it wasn't there. And my first rule in achieving this was not hiring journalists. I didn't want people who were contaminated by the old, uncritical ways. I went and found these crazy cultural activists who became dear friends, and together we set up this wild, wild ride that we ran for 3 years. And our goal was to constantly push the envelope, journalistically, politically. We were the first magazine in Indonesia to have a frantic mix of Indonesian and English, political satire, the first openly gay listing section, the first issue devoted to Chinese culture, and we turned fashion on its head, literally. We wanted to do something different, not just brands. We went to Oscar Lawalato, one of the most famous fashion designers in Indonesia, and gave him the very humiliating task for our first issue of going to Pasar Senen flea market with a budget of 150,000 rupiah, about $15, and asked him to go and buy an entire wardrobe for 4 top models and dry clean it and iron it and dress them, and then we had a professional photo shoot, and this was the result of this exercise. We had a real, and the message, of course, was that fashion can be anything. It doesn't have to be high-end brand. These were jeans for 5,000, 10,000 rupiah. And then the next month, we humiliated Oscar again, and we asked him, we found 4 pembantu rumah tangga, 4 housekeepers from around Jakarta, and decided to let them run wild with their imagination of themselves. We had Oscar do them up. We went to fancy boutiques. We rented a Pondok Indah mansion and had a photo shoot there with boutique clothing. And these are 4 housekeepers. So we kept teasing people's imaginations, and we provoked at every turn. For the Valentine's issue, our first year in February, we had the first really graphic portrayal of a kiss on the cover of an Indonesian magazine. This was put on posters to promote the magazine all over the city. And reliably enough, Muslim hardline groups came and tore the posters down. They were very angry. So to impress them even more, the next year for the Valentine's issue, we decided to do the sex issue, incorporating one of the Jakarta icons, the Bajai. I won't tell you who's in there. And then we took it further the next year, et cetera, et cetera. Ultimately, it was a moderately successful magazine. It had a kind of a cult following. We had 25,000 copies sold a month, 125,000 readers, a big staff. That we became the largest circulation indie magazine in Jakarta that didn't belong to the big groups. And as Ash said yesterday, this is a great example of impact as ROI. We really stepped in at a critical moment in history and kind of influenced the narrative. We took something totally original and homegrown that could only have happened in Indonesia. We trained a generation of Indonesian journalists to do things a different way at a time when it really mattered. And we did that. We surprised and provoked people, not by being preachy and boring in a political sense, but by being funny and provocative and different. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Gemi. I'm a father of 5 months old daughter, a cute one. So and by the way, I'm working for MEC. I'm going to talk about the lonely daddies of Indonesia. So let's start with the evolution of parenting. So in the pre-agricultural time, women and men are same. Women can hunt and men can do house stuff. The only thing that they fight is sex and food. So everything is cool, everything is good. So then come the big guy from there. Then come the God and say, man is more higher than women. And come the problem. So male domination, and then parenting become a woman task. That's the start. And then between God and the machine, fathers are going to wars and dying. So children losing their dads. And then come also industrial revolution where fathers are alive, but they're still losing their dad because they stay in the factory. And then came this guy, Charles Fourier, and he came with the hideous idea of feminism. Okay? And this idea goes along the way, years by years, until, come on, 60 seconds, until the 15, when children again losing their moms because of the feminism movement. This is in the US. So moms start to work at factories because the industry needs more workers, okay? So again, children losing their parents. And then, but it's not happening here in Indonesia. Nothing changed in Indonesia. You see the advertisement until between the 50s and 80s, it's still like this. So women stay at home, daddies go work, blah, 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 and parenting still a woman task. Not happening until the Gen X women become boss. This is the problem started. So when this woman become boss, the dad become a problem, you know, who's going to take care of children? And then came the babysitter with work 24 hours. And then, and then the Gen Y become parents. So the kid become parents. These kids, now the parents, is raised by this babysitter. And they don't want the children having the same experience. So these parents, especially the dad, they want to be cool, and they're culturally involved because we want to be more involved. We want to be more involved in raising the kids. Okay? But even though we do some mistakes, you see this, but mistakes, we did some mistakes, but we believe that mistake is part of the process, okay? So we're a cool dad, we do some mistake, but, you know, it's part of the process. And we desperately want to involve. So we change diaper, we buy diaper, we even try to learn about the difference between these diapers and another diapers, medicine, blah, 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 doctors. We call a lot of doctors. But the disturbing reality, nobody talked to us. 128 brands, baby product, nobody talked to us. That is disturbing. I want to be involved, but nobody cares. There's no forum for dads. There's no media for dads. There's a lot of moms. And if we want to talk to that forum, we have to go, you know. Cool dad. Who's the cool dad here? That is, yes. And even though we are the most tech-savvy parent, this is the most annoying image of a family. So we don't want my family to go like this. So we want to be involved, but we want to have the family like this. So we want you to talk to us. Thank you.
Hello. Wait, is it started? Can you not start? Okay. Oh no, you gotta go back. Come on, that's so unfair. Okay, if you saw the plane picture, that was because Claudia asked me literally a day ago to do an Ignite presentation. I was on a flight, and I came up with a topic that I thought would be interesting for you, which is how to take over the world in 5 minutes. I wrote this presentation 5 minutes ago, so there are a lot of 5 minutes. Now, some people think you need to build an army. That's not true. You want to build an unconference, right? And I'm going to explain why unconferences are the best way to take over the world. So, looking at Martin Sorrell, who has clocked onto this idea, the most important reason unconferences are good for taking over the world is they are very cost-effective, value for money, yeah? So we have to thank our honorable sponsors for coming on board and making this possible, but we hope you get a high return. Now, looking at my notes so that I say the right thing. Yes, okay, so how can you get in on this winning technique?